know you will enjoy today's class.
Good evening. Thank you so very much for coming out. Thank Brother Bay for that opening. And it's so good to see familiar faces. I'm going to be teaching you some strategies, ways to introduce etymology to very young children, ages 5 through 8 or 9, from kindergarten to second grade. What I would like to do is give you a little bit of background. I've been teaching in the school system for 27 years, teaching kindergarten for 20 of those 27. I've taught from K through 8, but I love kindergarten. So I ended up there for most of my career. At this present time, I have been just taking a lot of classes and courses to keep my interest up. And I ran across Brother Bay's class. And over the years, like I said, I've been interested in improving my skill, improving my knowledge base. And when I took this class, it just opened up a whole new world for me. I actually realized that I had been doing a lot of things incorrectly. We've been teaching incorrectly. And that is the major problem for our children, why they can't progress after a certain level, because we have not given them the proper foundation. Without the proper foundation, they can go on and because they're brilliant, they can grasp a lot of things. But if it's not in order, and if it's not a solid foundation, then they'll get to a brick wall and crash. So what I've been learning and hoping that I could do is find a way to get them through that brick wall. Find a way to understand what's missing, what are we doing wrong. And I've discovered that in the school system, it's exactly that, a system. And whatever you want to do, if it's not a part of the system, then you're out. What I would like to do is continue with what I've learned with Brother Bay, with my experience over the years, put it together and start again. So I'm really about to start again. And I would like to use you as my pupils and explain to you how you can take something that we thought was too advanced and bring it down to kindergarten age children. So what I would like to do is introduce you to the products first. In kindergarten, the traditional school, we have this number chart, we have different things around the room, but basically for the reading and math, we have the number charts and we have the ABCs. ABCs are what we are to teach the children how to read. We teach them the letters, the sounds, and there's a combination. So altogether there are 26 letters, but we make 44 sounds. Make up to 44 sounds with these letters. And come over to this chart. We teach them the numbers 1 through 20 in the beginning, in kindergarten. Always wondered and found out when I took another class here at PASEP by Brother Muhammad, the 0 is missing. Out of everything that we've taught, we have left out the 0. But when we get to algebra, chemistry, trigonometry, all the higher sciences, you have to deal with 0 in a number of ways. And these children are lost because we have not given them any foundation. We haven't even opened it up to them, given them any knowledge of the true meaning of numbers. So what I did, I put these up specifically so that I could explain to you how we've been miseducating our children and leaving things out. Critical things. 0's missing. Over here we have the 44 sounds. Well, most of English words are from different languages. So therefore, way more than 44 sounds that you need in your vocabulary, in your listening vocabulary. so that you will learn to speak a different language. We find it very difficult to learn a different language because we don't know the sounds. We've never heard the sounds. We've never been exposed to the sounds. So this is just what I'm saying. We have the ABCs, and then we teach that incorrectly. We teach the ABCs, A for apple. This is a young child, fresh, open, A for apple. Every time a child sees an A, they'll say apple. It can be an antelope. It could be an ape, and they'll say apple if you put an A under it, because association. Children make associations literally. Whatever you tell them, that's what they believe. You tell them B's for ball, and every time they see a B, it's going to stand for ball, initially. Initially. Now, with repetition, we teach them other words, then they'll say, well, wait a minute, they'll figure it out on their own. Well, B's for ball yesterday, but you're telling me bath, that's a B. Okay, well, something's wrong here. They can't ask you what's wrong. They can't approach you and say, but wait a minute. Yesterday you said B was ball, and today you say it's bath. Well, and if they do try to approach you, what do? Excuse me, who are you talking to? You don't question me. And we do that to our children. So that's another thing. With this wonderful chart that we found from Brother Bay's class, it teaches us a whole new way of looking at learning sounds. Not just English sounds, but also foreign sounds and how they translate and transfer from one to another. We have 26 letters. Some of them are vowels, which is very confusing. But in other languages, there are no vowels. So we have a lot of work to do in approaching how to teach children so that they can learn across the board and build a foundation. This chart here, I love it because it goes all the way back. All the way back. I remember in college, the only people that did research or worked on information like this were the linguists, people that were going to be, quote unquote, reading teachers. If you were going to be a reading teacher, then you would learn what part of the lips, what part makes different sounds, what part of the body you use to make different sounds. And these were for special needs children as well. There are a lot of children who have issues with pronunciation, have mental challenges, and that would need intense study, intense practice on how to make sounds. You have children that have some type of challenges where they can't speak or they can't hear as well. So you would have to go into detail and to depth with them. So I'm going to explain this chart. This shows us how we can recognize the English words and see how they transfer from a different language and how the letters change, but it's the same word. And that will help build your vocabulary. Over here we have a chart that we found also through Brother Bay of a vocabulary chart, which helps you to sound out and separate roots, prefixes, and suffixes, which is what most words are made of. Large words are just small words put together. If we know how to organize those words, we'll be able to understand the words, read the words, and so forth and so on. I would just like to say that etymology, the E-T-Y-M, I found a definition for etymology. It's Greek. It means truth, true meaning, real. And in the dictionary, which is where we find the meaning of words, we've been taught to look up words, look up definitions when we're writing, when we're supposed to be taught how to communicate. Well, we've been doing that incorrectly as well. We have not been using unabridged dictionaries, which is a must. Every household should have an unabridged dictionary, at least prior to 1960s, if possible. In an unabridged dictionary, you will find the true etymological meaning of words, broken down. The etymology is found in the brackets, which tells you what we said here. The truth, true meaning, and real. The root meaning root, the beginning, the root meaning, true meaning, or literal meaning of a word. You will learn about the Latin and Greek prefixes, roots, and suffixes, which we include in etymology. When I was thinking about putting this on a level for kindergarten level children, it took me a while because I had to shape myself and learn to look at it a different way, because we are so accustomed to saying this is above their level. This is above their level. Well, they can't do this, they can't do that until a certain age. But it's best to start at the youngest age possible. It's best to start at the youngest age possible to start teaching and observing and repeating all of these things. Large words, children love large words. They love to hear large words. Then you can take that opportunity to just take what you know and pass it on to them. So I'm going to try to do that today, but I'm going to have to do it in another setting. Like I said, I taught kindergarten for 20 years, so I'm going to have to turn you all into kindergartners. So after I turn you all into kindergartners, I'm going to prepare to do a lesson to show you how I can show you how to build your vocabulary, explaining to children how what vocabulary means, what words mean, because you have to do that in the beginning. How they can learn another language. They say, well, I can't learn another language. Yes, you can. You can show them how they can learn another language and thousands of words. So I'm going to stop talking about the prompts. And I would like to say again, I also took another class in a math class. And like I said, the zero's missing over here, as you can see. In this clever little box here, this is the multiplication, I call it the fact table. The multiplication fact table, the zero is there. And I would like to show you at some point how we will use that also in teaching something children hate, and that's the multiplication table. They hate, there are children in the second, third grade that don't know these facts. And their foundation, they have to know them. So this is a way that they will learn the multiplication facts simply and easily on their own and love the practice. So without further ado, I'm going to count, and we're going to transform so that I can transform and turn you into kindergartners. 3, 2, 1. You're 5. All right? All right? You have to act like 5. You're 5. All right. You're 5? 5 years old? You remember 5, right? Okay, 5. You 5. All right, you are 5. All right, good afternoon, boys and girls. Good afternoon, Miss Bay. I'm so happy to see everybody here, all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at such a late hour. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read a couple of pages from my storybook, because that's what I always do when you come. We have to get together, and I have to get you close to me so that we can talk. And what I would like to do is start off by reading a story, which is what we usually do every day. And I'm also going to ask you some questions about this story. So while I'm reading this story, I want you to do some thinking too. I want you to think about things that you see in the story, things that you think may make noise in the story, things that you recognize in the story, things that you may know something about in the story. The name of the story is 10 for Dinner. And when we open a book, we have to take care of it. So I'm going to show you how to turn the pages in the book, and I'm going to do a picture walk. A picture walk means I'm going to let you see the pictures before I read. And that way we can get an idea about those questions I told you to think about when we're reading the story. After I read the story, then I'm going to give you a chance to ask me questions. And then I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay? All right. Ready? All eyes up here? All eyes up here? Okay. 10 for dinner. This is the front cover of the book, back cover, and spine. Whenever we have a book, it's a precious tool, and what we do is take care of it. So I'm going to top, slide, turn, open the pages so that I don't tear any, because I want to take care of this book. I want it to look like new when I'm done. Okay? 10 for dinner. Can you say that with me?
10 for dinner.
10 for dinner. Can anybody count to 10? You're 5. I see like 5 hands at least. Thank you. You can count to 10? Great. I have a lot of work to do if only one person can count to 10? Let's try it again. Can anyone count to 10? Yes, very good. So then you know that what 10 means. 10, if you can count to 10. 10 for dinner by Joe Ellen Bogart, illustrated by Carlos Ferry. This is a dedication page. This talks about a person they want to thank for helping them, or someone that they did a special gift, wanted to surprise them with this story. This is To My Children, Adam and Jill, by Joe Ellen Bogart, to Pacha and to Betta, Carlos Ferry. Margot invited 10 friends for dinner on her birthday. So now we're going to see what's going to happen in the story. What did she do? To dinner. Okay. So we're looking here. Just see what Margot's doing. We're going to talk about what she's doing. Wow, any interesting things going on in here? Some interesting things are going on. Now, the reason we did this picture walk is because a book has 3 parts: a beginning, a middle, and an end. Beginning, middle, and end. 10 for dinner. She made 10 invitations and drew pictures of dogs, balloons on each one. On the day of the party, 5 guests came right on time at 5 o'clock. 2 came at 5:10, and 2 came at 5:15. But one guest arrived early at 3:45. Marco's guests wore their party clothes. 3 guests wore t-shirts and shorts. 1 guest wore a pink lace dress. 2 wore jeans and western shirts. And 3 wore jogging suits. But 1 guest wore his Halloween costume. Marco served macaroni and cheese, meatballs, carrots, and raisin salad, celery sticks, and watermelon. 6 guests tried some of everything. 2 guests just had meatballs and watermelon. And 1 had macaroni and cheese and celery sticks. But 1 guest asked for a peanut butter sandwich with olives and sauerkraut. Ooh. Well, I'm going to stop right there. Did anybody hear a word that they may not know what it means? Yes, what word did you hear that you may not know what it means? Sauerkraut. 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 Wow, that's a hard word to explain. But let me tell you, I've been going to school and I've learned a lot about what words mean. And I want to teach you a lot about what words mean. And sauerkraut is a word that we can start with. Now, sauerkraut is not an English word. Actually, it's from Germany. That's a word they use in Germany. But guess what? We use a lot of words from Germany, France, from Italy, from all over the world. From Latin, a language called Latin, and a language called Greek. That's where we get a lot of our words. So sauerkraut is a word that we use all the time, but no one really knew what it means. But it's a food that comes from Germany, and it's made with cabbage, and it's shredded, and it's sour because they put vinegar in it. They may put things in it, then they let it sit, and that's why they call it sauerkraut. So sauerkraut. Now, this is a tool that I can use to teach you the sounds of letters and how they change in a different language. First, we're going to play a game because in the languages, we have to use our body parts. And the body parts we use are our lips, our mouth, which would have our teeth and our tongue, and we use our throat. So, we're going to play a game called Simon Says. Simon Says is a wonderful game for children. They love it. All right, so you're five. Remember, you're five, all participating. Row 1, what row are you? 1. Row 2, what row are you? 2. And row 3? 4. All right. Row 1, 2, 3, 4. I need row 1 to stand up. All right. Great job. Simon Says, raise your left hand. Simon Says, put your hand down. Simon Says, touch your head. Put your hand down. Oh, you're out. Sit down. Row 2, stand up. All right. Simon Says, hands on your side. I'll accept that. Those are hips, but I said side. But most people call their hips their side. Okay, we'll let that one go. Simon said, hands down. Simon said, raise your right hand. Right hand down. Ooh. Simon said, right hand down. Good job. We have some good listeners. All right. Simon said, touch your ears. Touch your nose. Oh, great. Simon said, touch your nose. Oh, row 2 is wonderful. Simon said, have a seat. Great job. Row 3. Please stand. Simon said, smile, number 1. All right. Simon said, stop smiling. Simon says, turn to the left. Ooh, they had to think about that. Simon said, touch your nose. Simon said, hands down. Touch your head. Simon says, touch your head. Simon said, hands down. Simon said, turn to the right. Simon said, good job. Have a seat. Row 4. Good. Simon says, clap 2 times. Simon says, touch your head. Simon said, touch your nose. touch throat. Sit down. Simon says, touch your throat. Simon said, hands down. Hands up. Ooh, good job. Simon says, turn to the right. Ooh. Simon said, left hand up. Left hand down. Simon says, you're the winner. Let's give, we're going to give her a special, 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 special clap. A round of applause. Watch me. Let's give her a round of applause. Wonderful. Thank you. That's what you do in a class of 30 children. Okay. As you know, we touched our nose, we touched our throat, we touched our ears. Simon says, row 1, 2, 3, 4, stand up. Carefully. Simon said, touch your knees. Stand up. Out. Simon said, stand up. Simon said, touch your lips. Touch your ears. Simon said, touch your ears. Simon said, right hand up. Ooh, I didn't catch anybody. Simon said, right hand down. Simon said, excellent job. Have a seat. Whenever, you make a mistake, as always, you can go back, do it again. I forgot the lips, so we had to touch our lips. Lips, inside your lips, your mouth, your teeth are in your mouth, your tongue, and we touched our throat. These are the parts of the body that we use to make the sounds of the letters. I would like everyone, Simon says, everyone touch your throat, and we would like for you to say your name. Say your name. Do you hear, can you feel the vibration of your voice in your throat? All right, all right. Now, Simon says, touch your nose lightly. This is the part of your nose, this is the part of your body that you use to make nasal sounds. This is the part of your body. When you say, can you feel something tickling under there in your nose? The N, you can kind of feel it in your nose. That's called a nasal. All right? So we have the nasal, the lips. Everybody. All right, all right, all right. You need your lips. You need your lips. Say b. Now, sometimes we put a on the end. It's actually not a. What I do is I teach the children to pinch your finger. Go. Just do this to your finger. Mash softly. Mash softly. Mash softly. B. Quickly. B. B. Touch it and b. 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 Same with P. Lips. And also with the lips, it's the breath. You feel your breath, you can feel your breath coming out. Or you feel your breath through your lips. Breath off. B. B. Don't put a on it because it's soft. B. 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 Now, V. This is the hardest sound for a 5-year-old to make when their teeth are missing. Feel the vibration on your lip. Now, just push the air through. Don't put the f on it. Just lips round. Let the air come out, escape a little bit through your lips. And wah, wah, wah. Repeat after me. I'm first. You're next. I did a revision of this is a semi-vowel. A U is not a semi-vowel, but U is sometimes used with the W. When we say W, but you're not saying the letter sound, it's actually the sound of the letter. Make sure you remember that. It's the sound that the U is making when some people say W, W, W. They have the U sound, but it's the W and it sounds like the U. It sounds like the U. But if you do it by itself, it's with the H. Wah, wah. Open the mouth. Wah. Letting the air, letting the breath out. Wah. But it does sound like a U. That's why they put that there. Dental. What's dental? If everybody's smiling, what are you showing? You're showing your teeth. Your teeth. And what's behind your teeth? That thing that's in your mouth. Tongue. Dentals and linguals. Dental, teeth, linguals, tongue. Dental, teeth, linguals, tongue. So you use your teeth and your tongue. Your teeth and your tongue. If you try to say in without your tongue touching behind your teeth at the top, at the back of your teeth, we may get a different sound. So we have to put our tongue, we have to use our tongue along with our teeth. How about L? L is up there behind your teeth at the top. What happens to your tongue when you do? It sort of curves in your mouth, doesn't it? It's not flat. You have to do something. Yes, curve it. It's almost folding. Let's do R again. Good job. What's making that d sound? Your tongue at the base behind your lower teeth. You have to close your mouth and do. You try to do it with your mouth open, we get a different sound. Tongue and teeth. This is a special sound. This is a special sound because he has a partner. TH, TH. It is a soft sound and a hard sound. Hard sound is if you say health. Say health. Your teeth come out of your mouth almost. Health. It's a hard. You're doing it hard. Health. Health. Now say the soft, that's the heart. The soft one is them. Say them. Them. Is that the same sound you heard for health? That was hard. That was hard. Health. Health. But them. Them. That's soft. Them. Z. Could you imagine trying to say Z without your teeth? Z. Kindergartners can't do it either. Z. And T. And oh, this is the hardest for them. If their front teeth are missing, they can't break down on their tongue. dental teeth. J, j. Need those teeth. J, j, g, g. That's your tongue, because it's coming from your tongue. You need your tongue for the soft G. G, g, ch, ch. Teeth. Ch, ch. Z, z, z. Your tongue is moving. Z, z. So the Z, S, and G are in the same family. Gutturals and throat and the palate. The palate is at the top of your mouth. Throat to the top of your mouth. Ng. That's the palate. The tongue is up on the palate. G. It's coming from your throat. Ng. 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 Very good. It's going up to the palate, your tongue. G. Hard from the throat. It's either throat or palate. What part is that? That's your what? Throat. That's your throat. Where's that coming? Can you feel it in your throat? Throat. Where's that coming? Palate. That's at the top, the palate. Your tongue is going up there. But it's still vibrating in your throat. And your nose. For the nasal. Liquids mean these sounds flow. Most sounds is these sounds roll. H. Put your hand in front of your face. Blow your breath. Blow your breath. Is it hot? Yes, your breath is hot. That's the sound. It's the breath. It's coming out of your throat. It's coming down from your throat. Why? And it also sounds like so semi-vowel. When we've learned these sounds and we've mastered them, we will be able to look at words from different languages and see what words in English we can learn to read. M transfers to B, B to P, B to V, B to F, V to F. We have several languages that we can do that in. What I would like to do, I was trying to get this set up here, but I'm going to do it on the board. Does everyone have? Yes, I'm going to erase the middle section that I wrote up there. Does everyone have the definitions? Okay, thank you. We have languages. Our language is English. And I thought this was good because we usually hear about Italian, Spanish. I wanted to do different languages with you today because we can learn hundreds of languages. So what I would like to do is English, Dutch, German, Swedish. I'm going to do words that we read in our book. Margot invited friends. You know the word friends? Margot invited friends to her birthday party. So I'm going to use the word friends from our story. I just like to say this is the quietest kindergarten class I've ever had. This is the quietest kindergarten class I've ever had. I don't know how to act. Woo. Oh, yes, you're going to get a lot of treats. Just wait. Yes, indeed. You always get a treat for being good. Oh, here's the one thing. In Miss Fisher's class, Miss Fisher never ever gives out candy or any food products because I'm not training you to do anything. I'm not using food to train you to do anything. I don't train my children. What I do is I reward you. You earn something, and you earn something that you can use. Miss Fisher has pencils, and I have stickers, and I have certificates, so that you can use that for the rest of you. You can keep it and show it to your grandchildren if you want to. Okay? We're going to get a Dora sticker. You're going to get whatever sticker you want. I'm going to get every kind I can find. Wonderful. All right. Friend. How many of us have friends? Every hand goes up because every child in my room, we are friends, we're family. Every hand goes up. You have friends? Who's your best friend in the classroom, Robert? The entire class. I love that answer. I love that answer. The entire class. All right. Abdullah, who's your friend in the classroom? The entire class. Oh, he's follow along. Follow along. Okay. Here we go. Friend. Does everybody know that word? Everybody heard that word before? Yes, friend. All right. In English, we spell friend. Now, you're a good class. You know, I've taught you brilliant. So we already know every letter in this word. So we're going to say it now. Follow after Miss Fisher. I'm going to point to the word letter, and you say the letters in the word friend. All right. Get ready. F. That's the word friend. In Dutch, the word friend is spelled V R I E N D. Friend in Dutch. Oh, I'm sorry. F. Transliterate into what? A V. This is friend in English. So if you happen to see a Dutch word, friend, you know how to say that word. You can read it. You know Dutch. You would know Dutch. Even if it's one word, you would know a Dutch word. Okay? Friend. German. Friend. And they use capital letters. Germans speak with strong voices, so I guess that's why they put a capital at the beginning of the word friend. F-R-E-U-N-D. F-R-E-U-N-D. Still has some of the same letters, doesn't it? frond, 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 frond. Say it, you have to say it like the Germans. Frond, frond. Yes, yes. Nice and strong. Swedish. Okay, here's the change again. F to what? V. Van. 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 You're a friend. Vriend. Vrond. And van. So you've just spoken English, Dutch, German, and Swedish. And you can see how closely they are related. I have a couple more words I would like to show you. Let's do a number word. I thought that was very interesting. I want to do the number 3. The number 3. Okay, you repeat after me. T, H, R, E, E. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this here is because some of us, I will do this for those children who are still struggling with letters and words, but they recognize their numbers, so they'll know that this is just what we're talking about. The word 3, the numeral 3. 3. Everybody, 3. Now we all can count. We know 3. In Dutch. Drie, 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 3. The TH to the D. TH to the D in Dutch. In German, they switch things around. This time, it's like dry, 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 3, 3, dry. Swedish. Tree, tree, tree. So when your 3-year-old says, I'm tree, speaking Swedish. 3, dry, tree. English, Dutch, German, Swedish. This TH, TH, T, 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 D, TH to the D. Just one more number, 1,000. How many will want to learn to count to 1,000? Yay, that's a big number. 1,000. T, H, O, everybody. U, S, A, N, D. 1,000. That's the English, Dutch. U-I-Z-E-N. Duzen. 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 All right, German. Tausend. Tausend. And Swedish. Tusen. Tusen. Thousand. Dozen. Tausend. Tusen. Now, are they close or are they close? Are they similar? Can you see how you can speak all these languages? Can you see how you can speak these languages? Yes. You could teach the whole neighborhood. English, Dutch, German, Swedish. If we practice and practice well, we will be able to speak hundreds of languages. I'm trying to think what else I can do. These sounds, what I do with you, it's going to take a little while, but we usually take breaks. But I'm going to show you how I would go through and teach the sounds as I did the first level. We did the lips all the way, the F. When you put your teeth on your bottom lip, air passes through. But when you say PH sound together, it makes the same F sound. You do it the same way. I forgot to tell you that. GH. Laugh at the end of a word. Laugh. 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 Sounds like F. Laugh. And that's where you're doing the lips. All right. This special numbers that I have here, the number 2 here, the number 3, pertains to this bottom note. This was a footnote, and I wanted to make sure that I put it up there. The footnote says that the R is preceding a vowel. For example, in road, road. That's what a liquid sound is. It's preceding a vowel. A lot of times, we were taught to teach children that R controls the vowel, but actually it's R precedes the vowel, or R comes after the final sound in a word. And R here have from the throat when you do it in the guttural or the palate, R like in forward, coming out of here, forward, forward, forward. It denotes the final R as in forward. It's at the end of a word, like afterwards, afterwards. This one is preceding the vowel, like road and Christmas. R, 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 r. And this one is road, road. It changes the vowel and that R. It also does it with the L. It didn't say it in the book, but the L also with the vowel changes the sound that they make together. The third, for the TH, you have a hard and soft, just like we have a hard and soft C, hard and soft G. TH is hard and soft. That was something new that I've learned. including TH, hard and health, and the soft themselves. You don't put as much voice or force behind the TH when it's soft as you do when it's hard. CH, ZH, the S and the Z. I had to do this over because how many people have heard someone say zinc instead of sink? Well, that's that other sound. Z and S. The CH is here for ch, ch. The CH actually has two sounds, a soft and a hard. The CH, I learned that the CH has a hard and soft sound, and well, we knew about the G with the hard and soft. That sounds like J. But the TH was new for me. TH and the CH, hard and soft. SH, CH, ZH. G. You don't say the G when you say the Z, Z, Z. You're going to say the sound. You're not going to be careful. Don't substitute the letter for its sound. You say the sound, not just say it's G. It's G. All right? Very good. This is what I would use to teach etymology. As I go along, I would take the words with kindergarten, you have to follow along with something that's familiar. We read a story, we go over the story, they know what words are in the story, they've heard them before, and therefore they're familiar. And that helps them along a great deal as far as teaching them something as hard as etymology, but it's really what? Easy. Now, when we teach them etymology, they're going to be learning big words. Big words